Hello, this is MaryGrace with the Montgomery County Fair. Floss tube number 2. In the past, my animal of choice when anyone thought of me was tigers, although I wore a lot of leopard print. So a lot of my stitches have to do with tigers. In my first year in entering the Montgomery County Fair, I chose to do 2 companion pieces. Born to be Free and Born to be Wild. They're stitched on 14 count black Aida. And as I recall, I had to rip one of them out, or at least just the green part of it out, because it didn't match. And I wanted them to match. That was the whole point. And the Montgomery County Fair didn't give me any feedback, but I got second place, and it is showing up and having fun. My family's theme is frogs. We even had pet frogs for a few years, and I liked this one because it had patches that were not confetti. It's stitched on 14 count Aida. Almost all of my stuff is stitched on 14 count Aida. Stitching on the black 14 count Aida was interesting. So they thought my frogs were cute, but please pay attention to my stitches. I also did Stonehenge that year on blue. Now I bought Stonehenge when on my honeymoon, started it, lost the floss. It was a kit. Had to rip it out. It wasn't that much. And then picked my colors and did it again. Now you'll note the frog and Stonehenge are about the same size. There's 4 cross-stitch categories, and they are based on size, and then within those 4 categories, they are also based on what they are. The Stonehenge was people and places. The frog is animals. Now, something else I've always admired about other people and things they've stitched is they stitch things for their Christmas trees. And I thought that'd be great to have some things that come out once a year and then put them away. So I decided to stitch some things for my Christmas tree. There are 3 of these kits and patterns. I own all 3 patterns. I'm not sure if I own them all in kits, but I made them for my tree. Now, as much as I just said that I put my name and the year on things, you don't see my name and year on these because I thought it would be distracting. So I put the year on the back. But I obviously need to add my initials, which I will do. I'm not sure which one I entered, but I wanted to show you all of them anyway, so that's what I'm doing. And the judges said, very nice, watch the threads with the endings. Sometimes the judges give you critiques you like. Sometimes they give you critiques you don't like. Although I said my theme was cats, tigers, I also do like birds, songbirds. Note this says songbird set number 2. I have Googled and Googled and Googled and cannot find set number 1. If you have it, let me know. I decided to do a tissue box because I thought it was shameful that all tissue boxes are naked. Well, yes, they come with prints on, but I wanted to make my own. And even this year I used from Stash. A friend of mine gave me the blue metallic. I thought it looked like the sky. And I used yarn for most of this as opposed to needlepoint floss, yarn, wool. Yes, wool. And on some of them I left off the extra. This one I put the extra on. This one I left it off because I was focusing on the birds. The judges did not like this one as much, and this is why. See how I didn't do this edge here? They commented on that. They said, unfinished edges are glaring. Birds are nicely done. 4th place. I liked that. It's a subjective fair. You do what you like. And you show up. That's what I do. Okay, so we took 2017 and we went on vacation. But I was already working on stitching some various things. So I have this one that says 2017, although it was in the 2018 fair. Framed myself, you'll see some folds in here because if I spent all my money on framing, I wouldn't get to collect as many patterns. But it is well worth it to get things professionally framed. They turn out beautiful, unlike some of mine, which have something here in the corner, some folds you can see, but that's what I do. This tiger I thought would be a quick stitch because it didn't have a lot of confetti, but I wanted to personalize it. So I went and got DMC satin, which you might not be able to see there in the picture. And then I went and got pearl cotton. I didn't contrast my two whites as well as I should have, but it was my matter of personalization. And the judges said, awesome use of pearl cotton. Watch twist of threads in progress. Beautiful. So, second place, mind you, but they said beautiful, which I thought, well, it does make me feel really nice. Oh, outlining. I have found ones that create backstitch in the pattern, and when I do the backstitch in the pattern, those ones I tend to score better with. Now, in 2019, I stitched some things for friends, so I don't have them, because my friends had done some very nice things for me. So I stitched them both the same thing. It said, thank you for being a friend, and one got second place and one got fourth place. I bet this one was bigger because most stitches are in the category 4 to 12 inches. So lots of competition there. And these are the books. My kids love these books. I love these books. I love all the different fonts. It's a lot of fun to work with a lot of different fonts. And those were truly personalized pieces. Also that year, I did a dragon. And he got first place. Mostly because I showed up in the under 4-inch category, fantasy. Hey, blue ribbon, showed up. It's worth $4. He came out of this book. As discussed, pattern collection. I have lots of pattern books. And those are my pieces from years past that I want to share with you, but I also want to share with you what I was doing on some current year pieces because they're going to take me a long time. Now I've already started this one piece. I'm about halfway done, but I hope to do more floss videos, and so I want to show you my progress of the latch hook rug. I was not paying attention to how big this thing was going to be. And therefore, it's going to take me a while, especially because, as discussed previously, I have an injured arm. I can only work on the latch hook rug for about half an hour. I've even tried to train myself to latch hook with the left hand, or mostly using the left hand, so as not to stress the right hand too much. And I was very concerned when I got this kit off of eBay because it smelled a little bit. So I had to take it outside and put it in the sun. That was I thought if I sun bleach the smell out of it, that'll work. And it did. I was able to sun bleach the smell out. I put the floss in a big Tupperware container bin and would rotate the floss and sat it out there. Now it still has some folds in it, but hopefully that'll work out. Now, anybody recognize the cardinal? I love the poinsettias, but it's 5 poinsettias, and that's a little boring. I love cardinals. I think both things are Christmas related. So I used from my and made the cardinal here. Now, unfortunately, the cardinal is not as big as the poinsettia, so I'm using a lot more green, and I was afraid I was going to run out of green, which is why there's this hole. I want the kit that colors that came to be the poinsettia, and if I run out of green, I will rip this green out, and then I will get a different green online to fill in around the cardinal. Or maybe I will put a little cardinal next to it. I'm not sure. I tried a little poinsettia. I didn't like how it looked, so that's why there's these holes. I always wanted to do a Christmas tree skirt, but I knew cross-stitching a Christmas tree skirt would take forever. And I've just now learned to quilt, so that didn't seem the way to go. And also embroidery or needlepoint. Again, I thought it would take me forever. So I thought, nice and easy latch hook rug. Did not pay attention to the size. I think it's going to take me forever, which is why I wanted to show you my work in progress. My other work in progress is I'm making yarn. It is definitely going to be art yarn. There are definitely thick pieces as opposed to thin pieces. My friend Elle, who gave me a private Zoom, said, just keep twisting. Of course, as we've discussed, twisting on some of my other pieces has gotten me in trouble. But just keep twisting. And again, she told me 15 minutes a night, that's it, you're done. So those are my 2 works in progress because I think they're going to take me forever. I've shown you my pieces from 2016 to 2019, and I'm going to have a later floss video that's either going to be 2 years or 1 year. I want to check the length. But I hope that you have enjoyed this trip down memory lane for the Montgomery County Fair from years past. I certainly have. Not as much as my husband did because I made him take all the pieces off the wall, but he's got to contribute too. So thank you for watching my floss video, and I hope to see you again soon. Oh, that's it.